Previously on Jeep Roscoe. That, my friends, is a nail. And of course with the name Gwalia, which literally means Wales. How could I not go there? So effectively I would have done the Nullarbor in 2 days. Quite famous. Yeah, they really got some nice beaches. So this is Mutton Bird Beach Lookout. Quite a sight actually. Just turn you around here. You can drive on the beach here. I've got a lot of distance to travel today, so I'm not going to be driving on this one. But we're heading to the far side of this bay, to that bit of headland, and the other side. So this is Shelley Beach Lookout. That's Shelley Beach behind us, and that is West Howe National Park. That there is the most southerly point of Western Australia. Unfortunately, we can't drive there because the tracks are closed due to, you guessed it, being waterlogged. There was a hang glide inside, you seen there. The signs had a few pot shots taken at it by the look of it. Just over there is the takeoff and landing. This is the Biblemin track, which is one of the longest walking tracks that goes across Western Australia. I'll look up to see where the route starts and finishes, but there's two guys on TikTok that are currently walking across the Biblemin track, so if you want to see them chronicle that, just search Biblemin track on TikTok and I'm sure you'll find them. And it goes over the hill. We've been crisscrossing it all afternoon, all morning, oh no, it is afternoon, okay. In case you couldn't hear me earlier on the edge, I was saying that's West Howe National Park across the way, and what you can see just there, that's the most southerly point in Western Australia. I was hoping to get down there, but apparently the dusky track that goes down there is still closed due to the deluge of water they've had recently. They should be open again in a couple of days, apparently 2 to 3 days, but I can't hang around for that. Oh well, it's not the most southerly point in Australia. I got that wrong. It's just in Western Australia. Obviously, Tasmania is further to the south, but I mean mainland as well. It's not the most southerly mainland point either. But anyway, just gonna have my nut pack. Bloody flies. Bloody flies! Nobody ever warns you about the flies in Australia. There are a shit ton. And these things, they look like bees, but they're actually horse flies. They've got these big long bloody things, they sink into you and it hurts like buggery. Anyway, we're going to go on now to, I think it's called Green's Pool, and then Madfish Bay, and that's basically just to the south of Denmark. So then we'll head into Denmark, and it should be mid-afternoon, so we'll probably stay in Denmark, I'd imagine, or Walpole is another maybe 20 minutes down the road. So we've just arrived at Denmark. Denmark is a lovely little tourist town. It's won several awards over the years for its accommodations, both in all budgets basically, backpackers, campers, RVs, right through to the high end. It's got very good accommodation, and I'll just show you around now. It's very pretty looking place, and they've got the Christmas decorations up, so yeah, look at that. So yeah, it's kind of like paved and everything, so yeah, we'll get out and have a look, see if we can find somewhere for a spot of tea. The main centre of Denmark is split between this main road that runs up from the river and this street that cuts down across. It's a very pretty little town, surrounded by woodlands, and there's a nice big river at the bottom, which we'll go and check out now. The river is actually called the Denmark River. You can walk across one side of it. Very nice wide river. And as you can see, people kayak on it. There's a nice waterfront park there. It's something you don't see every day. So this is Denmark Bakery. So it's award-winning pies in Western Australia, apparently. So we've got the chicken and leek. A cup of tea. Chicken and leek. That's a good chicken and leek pie. There's potato in it too. So Denmark's very nice. It's got a very laid-back feel to it. Very alternative vibe. You know, a lot of shops around with incense burning in them, if you know what I mean. So yeah, we're just going beyond Denmark now, down to the south of it to see Green's Pool, Elephant Rock, and Madfish Bay. We might come back to Denmark, or we might push on to Walpole. We'll see how we're doing for time, really. But yeah, it's a lovely little drive. This region is known for its large trees. The Valley of Giants is between Denmark and Walpole, and we'll be paying a visit to that, where you can do a treetop walk through the tops of the giant carry trees, I think they are, but we'll double check on that when we get there. Alright, so we'll catch up again when we get down to Madfish Bay or Green Pools or whatever, whichever one we stop at first. Madfish Bay, look out! you can probably tell, I'm a little bit annoyed because the wind is still bloody going. So this is Madfish Bay. Apparently this bay got its name, Madfish, because two men come down here and saw two madfish chasing all the other fish out of the bay. They went hungry that night and they blamed the two madfish for it. Okay, so we're on our way to a place called Peaceful Bay. I was never intending to come here, but after having a quick look at places where I could camp, there wasn't a lot around Denmark apart from these big caravan parks, like the one I just stayed in Albany, and I didn't really want to spend like $50 a night just to stay somewhere which, you know, pretends to be nice. It is pretty inadequate, you know. So I just looked, and there's a place at Peaceful Bay. It's next door to like there's like a fish shop there and stuff. Not that I'm having fish and chips again because I've had it 2 nights in a row. But it's right on the beach, and to be honest with you, I've got a little bit of beach fatigue at the moment. I didn't go to Green's Pool or Elephant Rocks just because there were so many people there. It was blowing a gale, and I just got beach fatigue for the day, so I thought it better just to come. It's getting quite late in the afternoon now. So I just want to get somewhere, set up base for the night and relax a little bit. So yeah, we'll catch up when I get there. Gotcha. There's a bit of lightning there. There's currently 3 AM in Peaceful Day. Last night I went down the beach to watch the sunset, but the sunset was, you know, in the wrong direction, but still a nice bit of afterglow. So I looked up when the sun when and where the sun will be coming up, and it's just bang in the middle of the bay. So set my alarm for 4 a.m. to go down the beach and take photos of the sunrise. Because my alarm's going to go off in an hour, I'll wake up now, obviously. And it's raining. We got thunder and we got lightning. Fairly close. And now I need to pee. We'll see how this morning is going to go. But last night I didn't put up the fly sheet because, well, I was going to go first thing in the morning. No rain was well forecast. Great shelters with the trees and everything, so I thought, oh, no need. No, I'm not worried because the swag itself is waterproof. It's just bloody typical. Anyway, sometimes it feels like I'm being tested. It's a bloody warm morning. Okay, it's 8:40 in the morning at Peaceful Bay. Peaceful it was not. It's hard to describe to you just how horrible it is trying to do stuff in this heat when you're absolutely covered in flies. So last night when I was cooking my burgers, just when I finished cooking, like out of nowhere, like a swarm of like 100 or 200 bloody flies just descended. It was horrible. I had to eat it in the car in the end because I just could not sit outside. It was horrible. I couldn't sit there in shorts any longer either. I had to go and put trousers on because the horse flies were just taking lumps out of my leg. It was horrible. So I went down to have a look at the coast last night at sunset. The sun was setting in the opposite direction, so you know, not brilliant, but it was a nice little afterglow there. And I did had a look on my app, the photographer's ephemeris, to see which way the sun was coming up, and it was coming up slap bang in the middle of the in the bay. So I set my alarm for 4 o'clock in the morning to get up. 4:30 actually in the morning to get up and watch the sunrise, get some photos. I woke up at 3 o'clock naturally in the middle of a thunderstorm. Thunderstorm lasted for a few hours, actually drenched everything. The swag held up fine, wasn't wet inside at all, but everything outside was soaking wet. And the thunder and lightning was very, very, very close. So I thought, sod that, tried to get back to sleep, but struggled to get back to sleep, so I'm actually knackered now. And then finally got up because it was just so hot, you know, like 6:30 in the morning, it was just so hot. So yeah, I got up and did everything, had some breakfast, and like I said, it's now 7:40, and finally managed to package everything away. I've got in the car to get away from the flies. The flies are out in force this morning, and trying to roll up a swag in the heat with flies around you, going in your eyes, in your ears, and your nose, etc. Was horrid. Anywho, I'm not staying in Peaceful Bay 1 minute longer. We're off to the Valley of the Giants, which is the treetops walk through the Kerry forest. They're not quite as big as the sequoias, I don't think, but and the redwoods, but they're pretty big. We'll check it out anyway. From there, we're going to meander up through the Walpole National Park to Pemberton. That's where we're going to stay tonight, and then just one night at Pemberton, and then tomorrow we're going to scoot over to Augusta. We're either going to spend 2 nights in Augusta or scoot through Augusta and then go up and stay in Margaret River or Hamlin Bay, where you can swim with massive stingrays apparently, so we'll check that out as well. Alrighty, let's get into it. Just parked up at the Valley of the Giants now, and I just wanted to show you that we are crisscrossing the Bibleman track. These are some of the smaller trees. As we descend down into the valley, they'll get higher and higher, and then there's a treetop walk, a metal frame that you can walk up and be amongst the top of the trees. You can see they're already rather large. Oh, wrong way. Rather large, but they do get a lot taller. So entry here is $21.50 for an adult. I think it was $14 for a child. Right now there's a rather large school group just waiting to come in, so I'm just hurrying through to get onto this boardwalk for you before the crowds descend. It's just beautiful and cool up here. Shaded in the trees. There's a few insects around, a few birds. There's a superb fairy wren there, look. Yeah, I've lost him. There he is. That's a male. You can tell from the bright blue. Here we go. As you can see, the pathway goes up through the trees there. So we'll check in when we're further up the top. This is wide enough for one person. There are passing points at each node at the end. You can see through to the ground, so once again, not for the faint of heart, I guess. And very quickly you do kind of get quite high because the valley falls away as you climb. And it does bounce underfoot. When the school comes on here, it will probably wobble quite a lot. 10 person per span, 5 per platform. That's where we just come from. And we're already amongst the trees. Let's go even higher. There's the valley floor down there. Quite nice to be amongst the tops of the trees. You can see them swaying as you sway yourself. As you wouldn't want to drop your phone / camera. I'm probably about 100 meters up, maybe 80 meters maybe. This is a nice shady spot. Lovely blue skies today. We're just at the tallest part, which is 40 meters, so I got it vastly wrong. And the trees are red tingle trees, and they can reach 70 meters. So here we're amongst the treetops themselves. There's a black cockatoo. Yeah. We start our descent back down there, and you can see that's where the schools come in, and they're marching in step just to make it worse. There's views into the valleys there. I hate kids. Looks like I spoke too early about the flies because they're back with a vengeance. Now we walk amongst the bottom of the trees. You got this rather large tingle tree behind me, which is quite a big boy. It's a lot cooler down on the valley floor, and there's some trees that have been fire affected and some trees that have got really old and got hollows through the middle you can walk through, so we'll go and explore some of those in a minute. I also wanted to point out on this tree here they've got speakers. That's in case that there's a fire or some kind of emergency, that they sound the alert and you're supposed to head back to the visitor centre. You know, in Australia fires can travel rather quickly, so everywhere's got an escape plan in place really. Every public place should anyway. But yeah, rather cool start to the day. Alright, when I first come down and I was a bit flustered, there was a lot more flies here. There's just one or two now, but flies, man. I'm trying to live with them, but it's bloody hard. The tree that's been hollowed out. So you can do the treetop walk as many times as you want, or you can go on to the Ancient Empire walk. So this is the Ancient Empire walk, 600 meters, 20 minutes. It is wheelchair accessible, and it goes through some of the giant tingle trees that are unique to this area, some of the older ones. It's a ring route and brings us back to the Discovery Centre, also known as a gift shop. Doesn't look like the school's coming this way, which is good news. This rather large looking grass here is called sword grass, and the leaf blades of this plant are razor sharp and can cut. Yes, even grass in Australia can kill you. So there are quokkas here, and you might have heard of quokkas. They are known as the happiest animals in the world because they look like they're smiling. Predominantly found on Rottnest Island. They're also up here somewhere, but I doubt we will see them here. These ones are a lot more wild and less used to people, whereas the ones on Rottnest Island, which is up near, well, further up the coast, just off the coast, it's an island obviously. they're a lot more used to people, so they're a lot more chilled. Well, you know, not chilled, but you know what I mean. Alrighty. Yellow tingle is a stringy barked eucalyptus. A little bit shorter. There we are. Yeah, this bit is a bit more chilled. Less people. I think people come just to do the treetop walk, but you're missing out if you don't do the walk of the ancients, because there's a big tree you can walk through, or at least there used to be. Watch out for orchids. Sadly, I think we're the wrong type of year for orchids. Look at that. There are some huge insects in Australia. When I see one, I shall find them. Yeah, so the hollows are created by a combination of fungal and insect attack and fire, burning out the dead wood from the centre. Red tingles only grow in a small area around Wallop and Norlop. Every day is a school day. So you can see there's a hollow there. So I take it from the board it would have been attacked from the inside by insects and termites, etc. And then when fire comes through, it would have burnt that inside dead wood first, because it would have been easier to burn. Now this one is, the hollow is so large I could stand in there and I couldn't reach the top. Rather large tree, it's supported at the top, so much of the base is gone, I guess, that so it's not hollowed all the way through. I can touch this bit, but not the top. And obviously you can see where the fire damage in the inside. I don't think this tree is long for life. Still has leaves, mind. As long as they support it and this doesn't succumb to any major winds, should be alright. Also home to southern forest bats. It said up to 70% of the sunlight doesn't reach the canopy floor. Filtered out by the trees, it's nice and cool down here. Quokkas and possums, etc. don't come out until after dusk. This big boy, you can actually walk through. Oh God, you let your guard down for 2 seconds and something bites you. Even on the valley floor here, it's still quite warm. It's going to be a hot day today. A hot day. I have no idea what bird that is, but it's making a hell of a racket. And that's a kookaburra. Kookaburras are like big kingfish. Kingfish? Kingfishers. I'm used to rainbow kingfishers in the UK, which is much smaller, but really colourful. These ones are much bigger, but not as colourful. So to finish off, since it's quite warm today, I'm having a Rick and Morty ice cream. Quite rare. This ice cream is supposed to be Rick and Morty. It's pickle Rick flavour. So, you know, pickle, you'd think, oh, it's going to be pickle. Not that you'd want pickle ice cream. But it's mint. Pickle Rick mint. I guess it's the only thing I could think of that was green that would work in an ice cream. As you can hear, I've got the AC blasting at the moment because it's boiling in here. It's really hot. I mean, it's not even, Jesus, it's not even 9 o'clock and it's 29 degrees Celsius. It's going to be a warm one. Anyway, there's a couple more things up around this neck of the woods to see, like lookouts and whatnot. We'll stop off in Walpole for some lunch, and then we make a beeline for Pemberton. I'm not sure if we'll do the Gloucester tree today or tomorrow morning, but the Gloucester tree essentially is one of these big old trees. Might actually be a Gloucester tree, I'm not sure, but it's a big tree that back in the day would have been used as a lookout for fires. So they've got these pins going into the tree, kind of going clockwise around, and you can climb it. I'm assuming they've got you in a harness, but anyway, we'll try. I'm not sure if I'll do it today or tomorrow. We'll see, because I want to put the GoPro harness on to do that. Next week on Jeep Roscoe. Welcome to Walpole, and 42 degrees. Essentially there's a big bushfire in Margaret River all the way down to Augusta.